Welcome back to Mercury Farms for episode 10 with me, MrSealyp. I'm back on Mercury. It seems like such a long time ago I was on it last, but it wasn't really. Well, where am I at? Most of this is all cleared now and on trailers ready to go. We are today helping out a neighbour. I've been on the blower to Marwell Manor Farm. We had a conversation about helping out with poplar bales, but I just haven't got enough over here to help them, so I think they're going to be planting poplars. I'm also aware that they are just about to start a rather large cotton harvest, and they have a few logging contracts. Well, over here at Mercury Farms, logging is what we do. So what we're going to do is help out with a few of the logging contracts. I'm just going to pop that down there. A few of the logging contracts for Marwell Manor Farm. Now, they've got, I think, 3 or 4. 2 I think we can tackle straight away. One's going to be a more of an ongoing kind of thing, as far as I can gather. So, the first one we've got is for Stanley LLC. Stanley LLC, well, I'm going to get it open actually. Actually, while I'm doing that, let's just go around and have a quick look here. So we've got the hook lift man, that's loaded with the wood trailer on the back. We've got the towable, the TLT 500 I think it is. All the ones we had before. This one's fully loaded. I'm not going to pull this on that. That was literally just to get it away from the ramp. And then we've got the bio belts trailer as well. They're all fully loaded, ready to be taken and sold. That's good. So, contract wise then, for Marwell Manor Farm, we have got Stanley LLC was the one I started off saying, wasn't it? Of course it was. So this says here at Stanley LLC we have been contracted by the MLB, that's Major League Baseball, isn't it? Sure it is. To produce 100 new official MLB bats. Yes, I would think so. Baseball bats. If you could supply us with 100 1-metre logs, we will gladly pay 10% more than the going rates. They have said if we can ship this in under a week, they'll also send us a Rayboard Xylor. The Rayboard Xylor isn't available at the moment, but maybe further down the line, if it does become available, we will get one of those. They are in northeast Arkansas. Cool. So we've got to do 100 1-metre length logs. I'm going to put those into a trailer, not onto a log trailer, I think. That's the first of the contracts we're going to be tackling. The second one was one that I did mention. I've already started the one for Ray the Canadian, and his logs are all sitting on the floor at Marwell, so they're going to be collected now. So this is Mr. Nicholas, I think it is. Yeah, Mr. Nicholas. I'm currently dairy farming in Gloucestershire at Oakfield Farm. This is my proposition. I want to build an authentic American log cabin in the woods. Cabin in the woods out here. I will pay you $100,000 for the leasing of any equipment you may need. Well, we've already got the equipment here. That's why we're doing it on Mercury. They will require 22 logs at 7 metres long, 22 logs at 6 metres long, 23 logs starting at 6 metres and decreasing every log. Wow, okay. 1 ridge log and 2 purlin logs. I'm going to do those 8 metres, I think. So we've got quite a few there. So I've got to do 22 at 7, 22 at 6, then 23 logs each starting. So I've got to do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then a 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then I've got to do 3 ridge, well, the ridge pole, and then 2 purlins. Okay, so we can get on with that. That's not a problem. And the ongoing one that I was talking about, which might be a little bit trickier to do, but we're going to have a look, and this is for JN Joinery. And we've already done a lot of logs here on Mercury Farm, and JN Joinery have asked for 12,000 linear metres. That's quite a lot. If you think each of the logs in front of us are 8 metres, yeah, and I think each of those trailers I've got roughly 25 on. So I mean, the maths involved there is a little bit more complicated. 25 times 10 times 8 is 80. 20 times, that's going to be 160 metres. Blimey, okay. and he wants 12,000 linear meters. So I think what we're going to do for JN Joinery, that's going to be an ongoing contract, in so much as every time we do any loads of 8 meters, that will go towards the JN Joinery contract. I think that's probably the best way of doing that. So first up then, we're going to do the baseball bat 1 meter logs, then we're going to tackle the log cabin one for Mr. Nicholas, and we'll see how we get on. But I do need to sell all of this, so I'm going to head down the hill one at a time. We'll get rid of these. I've already moved the tree harvester over to the other side of the sawmill, to where the next lot of pine trees are ready to be harvested, and we'll crack on with that. So yeah, helping out a neighbour, I thought, you know, why not kind of cross over between the two. I don't do subscriber contracts on this map normally, but we are doing logging, and I think the Marwell Manor Farm has got enough contracts that I'm struggling to keep up with them all, so I might as well do it on here. Makes sense, doesn't it? So first up, what are we going to get? 37,000. Cool. I'll move this over that side. Turn tight enough, and I'll show you what I mean. So these are all growing, those aren't quite ready there. The ones we just came through aren't far off. These ones are on their second growth stage, I think, these saplings. We've got all these pines, we can cut these down whenever because they're ready to go. But this side is the next lot that's actually ready to go. Now these are going to be a bit trickier because of the slope on the hill here, but we should be alright, I think. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and we'll go and get the cramp trailer, and we'll see if we can cut 1 meter logs directly into the back of it. That'll be easier than trying to load up trailers with 1 meter logs. That's not going to work too well. So anyway, I'm going to get rid of the rest of the stuff. Like I just said, we'll unload all of those, see where we're up to financially. I'll get the trailer over, and yeah, we'll start on those contracts. Might as well get them done. Right, everything's unloaded, all the trailers are over. Something that just dawned on me on the way over here, actually. If I put this to the side just there, like so, is that for Mr. Nicholas, he wants 22 at 6 meters. I've got a load of 6 meter logs on the ground over the other side that I was loading into the Man TGX, so I can get some of the 22 from over there already, which will make life a little bit easier. It also means I can kind of clear that hillside. I've also got a trailer over there as well. Right, let's jump into the Scorpion King and start it up. Let's get that up. Actually, we want to be inside. Look, if we want to change that to 1 meter cut lengths. There we go. Fantastic. Let's open up the header. This one's right in the way. That was good planting, whoever did that. We'll pretend I don't know. Tree's too thick for this machine. What? Hi, jolly well hope not. Okay, now comes the tricky bit. Here's the intention. We can lift that up high enough, which we should be able to, and swing that around. And come that way a little bit more, I think. Okay, so it should now just be a case of 1 meter lengths. I made that 31. So I'm going to need 4 trees. Well, 3 will give me 93. So yeah, I'm thinking 4 trees worth, that will give me over 100. That's not too bad at all, is it? Quite happy with that. It does mean I can get onto the cabin one a lot quicker. I thought it was going to be trickier, but oh no. Quite a result. Right, let's drop that down. That's weird. Hellfire is actually at the tree, isn't it? Now, sometime over the next few days, according to the mods hub, according to Giants and their mods in testing, there are 2 new John Deere tree handlers. There's going to be a cutter and a harvester. That's what's showing at the moment, assuming they pass testing and whatnot, so they're going to be coming soon. Right. Okay, let's go again. I think some of these baseball bats are going to be a lot... Now I'm just thinking, baseball bats, I mean, I'm no expert. Do they use hickory? Is it hickory for baseball bats? I think that's caught on the hedge. Yeah. Oh, come on, seriously. Yeah. Got to be careful of that. 1 second. If that'll help at all. Should do, kind of. What happened there? Oh no. Have to work some of the MrSealyp log magic. Right, okay, this is going to be a little bit trickier. So what I'll do, twist the head like so. Drop it down a little bit. Don't want to damage the roof of the truck. Now, if I can forward a bit. Let's come down a little bit further, I think. Like that. If I can get that to tip over just enough, might be able to get it to recut and pick up. Oh yes. Finally untangled. I haven't cut a section of the fence away. Just doesn't like, the trees do not like getting caught up on the hedges. Anyway, nearly there. I may be using the roof of the lorry to balance this up. I'm sure any dents will hammer out, we'll be fine. I think I'll probably do it going a bit closer. Cool, one more. Oh, it does look like there's a log stuck up on the top there. Mind you, once I move the lorry, I'm sure that'll fall. Okay. One more, and that's our 100. And we'll move on to cutting the next ones. Lights. Farm dog's really enjoying this today. Not sure why. He's loving every minute of the logging today. That's enough. Oh, this is a werewolf now. Then what was doing? Right, so I'm a little bit too high, I think. And that way. There we go. Now this is gonna, I've got a funny feeling, I think with 101 metre logs in here, we are going to get a little bit of glitch. It happens, like, let's say glitch, it's going to get laggy. Whoops. Mess that up a little bit. Try that again. Yep, already is. Right, let's get out of the way. Got 2 of those logs I need to throw in. Lights off. Engine off. Okay, right. I better throw this one up and in. Yep. And this one. I'll do it from here. There we go. Right, that's the 100. Well, probably just over actually. Haven't seen it. Let's just back up and stop. Get used to shuffle about a bit. Okay, right, so I need to make sure I get this right. It was Stanley, wasn't it? Stanley LLC, I believe. I will double check. Stanley LLC, 101 metre lengths, coming to you for your Major League Baseball bats. That's your contract. Done. Bacon's on. And away we go. So, onto the contract for Mr. Nicholas. Like I say, over here, I think, oh, once I get that trailer, we'll grab that on the way back. I've got 2 small poles of 8 metre logs left to go. Those I can take down and sell at any point. That's not a problem. I think there might be an 8 metre caught up just there. What I'm going to do is drop this off as close to as I can. How many have I got here? 6 metre lengths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'll just, if I load these up, I'll just need 10 more of the 6 metre lengths. So I'll do that first. Then we'll get over and we'll cut the other ones. Let's disconnect that. Like I say, that's not bad actually. All those trailers loaded up. That's all the logs from all the log piles, all sorted and loaded up. I need to plant back up here again as well. That'll be an episode at some point. Getting some planting done. So how many of these will I get away with? Let's do that first. That one's already dropped down. Open up. So I mean, the last episode I did, I had no problem doing any of the logs. Now look, every time I load them up, they go absolutely bonkers. I don't understand. I did an entire episode loading logs up like this. Didn't have an issue with this once. Now, it's got a mind of its own. Look, what is happening? Right, where's it out? Where's it out? Over there. Bomb. Oh, it's always one. Anyway, right, I'll load that up and I'll get back over the side. We'll cut some more 6 metre ones. I'll drive that over and then we'll crack on. What I'll do is cut all the other ones first, I think, from Mr. Nicholas for the log cabin, and then we'll load. I think that's probably the best way of doing it. Yeah, am I going to be able to nudge that or not? Let's see if I can. Not really. I think I can catch it in the end. Nope. That's why I need the telehandler. Okay, right, well, let's come on loading. These are the last 2 loads of 8 metre logs that I left up on the hillside. I thought I'd bring them over while I was moving the equipment around. It just made sense to do it at the same time. The 6 metre logs are loaded. They've been brought over, as has the small trailer. What's that going to go for the 15? Cool. I also started to do was grind out the stumps I've already done. And I thought while I was there I would take out some of that hedge to make life a little bit easier for cutting everything down. So when my logging equipment is piling up, let's drop that down, turn it off. Okay, so I've got the 6 metre logs on there, 12 of them. I brought the trailer over, the Bandit, and that's strapped down. I'll unload that in a second. Yeah, but what I've done, it's gone down that way a little bit and taken some of the hedge out. So what I'm going to do is do this side. Now I just want to reiterate something. Taking out hedges and stuff is not possible on all maps. I think only on maps where the actual map maker has made that possible. So I know JiM's do, and normally Black Sheep Moddings do, because they have the Rayboard Xylor and various different things. Now I've got to find the post here, and if I can get it just right with this. There we go. Just go over a little bit, tilt it, and drop it. Job done. Yeah, so if you try and do this on certain other maps, it won't always work because, like I say, they're not set up or designed to do this. I know JiM's always been really good at this, and so with Black Sheep Modding, I put it in hedges and various different things. And on Spectacle Island, when JiM had set that up, when you had to clear the main yard, he also links stuff together, which is really, really cool. So when you kind of, I mean, that sapling that was just there, because I took out the post, it took the sapling out as well. Sometimes you'll clear trees, there'll be boulders on the floor and stuff as well. When you clear the tree and take out the stump, the boulders disappear. You know, he's really good at that kind of stuff. I'm going to do probably 1 or 2 more fence posts, I think, and then I'll be clear enough. So I need 10 more 6 metres, then I need to start on the 7s, and then I'll work my way through. Like I said, I'll do all the cutting first, and then I'll worry about the loading and stuff later. Don't put them straight in the car. To the left. Is that it? Oh, that's weird. Why is that on one low? Tilt it. There we go. Nice. Right, that'll do for the time being, I think. Let's get these cut. So we jump back in here, go back in there. We want this on 6s. There we go. Open head. I don't want these rolling away, so what I might do then I think is if I do it this direction. There we go. I'm actually looking forward to, and it's not because it's John Deere. I know having the Komatsu was really cool. Lift. Yeah, cool. Nice. Which side should I put them? Oh, just here will be fine. They might roll, but we should be alright. So, let's cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the twiddly little bits that are annoying. So one more tree, that'll be the 10 that I need. Let's just get rid of that, shall we? Thank you. So that'll be the 10 we'll need for the 6 metres, then we need 22 7s. Fantastic. Right, that's all the 6s cut. Now into 7s. Okay, what I'll do, I think, make sure we keep these separate. And do the 7s up here, I think. I say up the hill, so they shouldn't roll. The gable end ones are the ones that are going to be interesting. That's actually going way too much, isn't it? Let's go that way. It's because I was trying to load into the trailer, wasn't it? Not quite there yet. There we go. Now what I'm going to do with the that's not a 7. What I'm going to do with these is leave these as separate piles per tree. So if I decide to use the lifter, I can still do it. So rather than putting them all in big piles that I then have to separate out again if I do decide to use the lifter. Although that said, there's not really a flat area here to put a ramp in without doing extensive modifications to the ground. Don't have to do too many groundworks really. So I'm going to continue on the 7s until I get to 22. 4 per tree. That's 5 trees will give me 20. 6 trees will give me the 22. Those odd little bits, I'm thinking, can I lift those? That one there. Yeah, can get those out of the way. Just put that down there. I can actually get rid of those with a stump grinder if I want to. Mulcher, whatever you want to call it. I'll get those out of the way. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. 5 times 4 is 20. Yeah, so 6 trees. Give me the 22. Right, okay. See you in a moment. Behind me, 6 trees cut down into 7 metre lengths. So that's actually 24, but that's fine. There's 4 in each pile. So there's 24 of those. Now we're onto the gable ends. I'm going to do this from inside because I need to do the... actually, what I will do is turn the head a little bit. That seems to be a little bit out. Drop that down a bit. Right, so... there we go. Let's... initial... actually, what will I do? 6.5. Actually, I might do a 7.654 just to make sure I've got... what, I don't know. Did say 6.5. I'll just go with that. 5, 6. So we'll do a cut. Pull back. Lift up and turn a little bit. So what we're going to do, we're going to do one cut at 6. I'm going to change the cut length to 5. One cut at 5. Then 4. Never done this before, it's interesting. 3. Will I get an entire one? I don't know if it's going to be enough, but we'll see. Possibly. 2. Oh dear. And a 1. Okay. Let's set that back to 6 for the next one. Let's jump out. Because that's going to get too thin now for any more for the gable end, I think. So this one I think we'll just put to one side. Swing it over that way. This will just be spare lumber, so what I'll do, let's swing that right over here. Spare. Next gable end. Okay, so 6, 5. I think I might raise it up a little bit. 4. 3. 2. And 1. The 1 looks tiny. Fantastic. Right, let's go to 8. Just suddenly realised, what was I thinking? I just sold 2 piles of 8 metre logs and I needed 3, didn't I, for the ridgepole and the purlins. What was I thinking? Never mind. Okay, so it's like a cabin kit. So let's bring that in a little bit, I think. There we go. Cool. Spin that around. Spin that around a little bit. Cool, so 3 more. And that's it. That's the entire cabin. That's everything cut. It will just be loading then. Don't want to load it on though. I'm just thinking because these ones, the gable ends, I think we might have to load those on separately. Onto what? I'm not sure at the moment. It's going to be a little bit trickier. Have a think about that. Right, so we want 3 at 8 metres. Spin it there. And 1. 2, 3, and there we are. Cool, right, so that's it. So for Mr. Nicholas, that's your 6 metres, your 7s, your gable ends, and your ridge pole and purlins. Stanley LLC, there's have gone. So like I say, any more lumber I do from now on here, on Mercury, will go towards the contract for the joinery. 12,000 linear metres, that's a lot. That's a lot of lumber. Mind you, if I keep doing logging on here, it's all going to go towards it. So, right, I know what I've got to do. Get rid of all these stumps and think about how I'm going to load all this up. That's the next step. For the time being, the cutting is done. Let's close that. Close the head up. Lights off. And sorry, I know I keep saying what I'm doing out loud. It's because I've got my side panel next to me, and I'm kind of having to remind myself what all the buttons do. So as I'm saying it, I'm pressing the right buttons to make sure I'm, you know. I know it sounds like I'm an idiot, and I'm, you know, most of you going, yeah, I know, you know, that's what you're doing, but that's why I'm doing it. Oh, I just had an idea. Oh no, it won't strap on. Not to worry, right, let's get straps. That was lucky. The last log is about to go on this trailer. Now I know transport is going to be a little bit tricky, but it was the best way I could think of putting them on, so not only will they kind of, well, they'll all go on together, but also you get a kind of idea of Mr. Nicholas' idea for the gable ends, or gable ends. I think it's really clever. I suppose it's how you build a log cabin, isn't it? When you do your gables, when you get to the sides, or well, sides or each end, depending how you're going to do it. But I think it looks really cool. Oh dear, simple things. All right, and hopefully that will load on there. I'll back up a little bit, too far over. So I'll do. Let's come round. Use the telehandler finger. A little bit of a nudge. The finesse. More art than martial. That's not bad. So if I put it up alongside now, there you go. There's your gable ends. I like this contract, it's a good one. Now, here's the thing. Strapping them down will be almost impossible. This is where it could all go horribly wrong. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab the 8s. So the 8 should be, well, it depends how they're going to do them, but I'm going to put the 8s in anyway to be used for the ridge pole. Now it might be you need to have 2 with a central pole in the middle, and you know, it all depends how this is going to work. But if I could put these on top the other way, perpendicular to those, then I can strap them, I think. Go with it, it'll work, maybe. I don't know. Should I save it now? What do you reckon? Probably, because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to put those rear ramps up and the whole thing's going to catapult. So I'll just put those, we'll try and put them in the centre. I've got one more to go on here. No, don't roll off, don't roll off. They're going to need to be shoved a little bit. You see what I mean about these logs? The fir trees lay flat, the pine trees don't. You get these gaps all over the place, and that shouldn't be doing that, but at the end of the day, can't do a lot about it. Right, let's grab the last one. Putting the straps on is where it could all just flick all over the place, but if it does go over these 3, it should hold the other ones underneath down. In theory. Obviously then there's the ramp situation. We might be clearing the ramps, I'm not sure. If I put this one there. Yep. Some more on the other side, I think. I mean, this is all just a, you know, I'm making up as I go along, I don't know. It should work, maybe. It's just, you know, my mind's thinking it will. Doesn't mean it will, definitely will. Oh, that's I put a ramp in as well. I did flatten an area, put a ramp in. The money's gone down a little bit, just because it was easier for loading and unloading using the grab. I do need to do a bit of work to smooth it all out a little bit. But before I put that last one on, all the 6s are on there, all the 7s are on there. 2 gable ends are on here, and so are the 8s. So that's it. If I can just use the persuader just to get that to sit level. That looks a bit better. That's off. It's off. Now, is that ramp going to come up? I should miss that, shouldn't it? Okay, so now then. Where's the next one? Don't know if I'm going to get to it. Where is it? There is one there. Do that one. Do that one. Not sure I'm going to get to any others, am I? That said, what about if I crouch down? No, it wants to go straight to the log. Oh, hang on. Hang on, hang on. How's your horses? That one's not so much. Okay. it's something a bit different, isn't it? Now the scary bit. Let's put this up. Oh yes. Look at that. It's only crazy if it doesn't work. And that works. 2 game. That's. I'm so pleased. You can probably tell I'm grinning like an idiot. I'm pleased with myself. So, Mr. Nicholas, there you go. That's your cabin, ready to go. I'm just going to smile all the way now. Fantastic. That's it. We've come to the end of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's always nice to help out a neighbour. We will get some of the funding on some of the money for these contracts will come to here on Mercury Farms for doing the actual logging. This has been kind of subcontracted out. We're doing a favour, so you know the money will be split. Whatever money it ends up being, I'm not too sure, but it will be split. And the contract for joinery, 12,000 linear meters, will continue, as will work on Mercury Farms. What I'm going to do now is concentrate a little bit, probably buy a field, and we'll get a little bit more actual farming done. I think it's probably the best bet. Anyway, so on that note, if you have enjoyed it, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.